I started this challenge with just one thing in mind: create and launch a product within the next 45 days. But the problem was that's all that I had in mind, and I had already announced it. So, no prep, no plan, no product idea in my brain, but I really wanted to do it. This is week one of our 45-day challenge, where so far we have a topic in mind, we've done our research, we have bulletproof the idea so that it makes sales right from day one. And today I'm going to walk you through the entire process of everything that we have done so far. Let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome to our April product launch plan. This is a mural that I use. It's basically an app where you can organize and write your thoughts down and basically write everything that you can write about anything that you're doing. And I want to take you through this because every time I launch a product, it's a great thing to, write everything down, and so that you have a plan in place. And I don't know, my brain functions like that if I see something that I want to do, I have that to-do list, I have that list where I know the exact plan. It functions really efficiently. So that's what I'm going to take you through. Okay. Like I said, I launched a 45-day plan where I intend to create a digital product. And to be able to do that, I need to have a process to follow, right? So in very simply, the process that I actually had to follow for my product is that I create a product. I create the resources that I'm going to give as bonuses for the product, or maybe I have a tutorial video within the course where I'm sharing something like a SWOT analysis and there's a worksheet involved. I need to share that worksheet. So I need to create that product resource. Then of course, to sell the product, I need to have an automation. I need to have a sales page, and I need to have a payment system, right? Now I'm also going to launch the product at a pre-launch price. That is something that I do if I'm creating a new email list for anything at all. Plus write the emails and then we launch. As simple as that, right? But to create that product, what do we need? To create that product, I made an announcement. After the announcement, I realized, okay, I announced everything, but I now need to have everything in action. So the stages of actually creating the product, right? What do I do every time I create a product? Number one thing I do every time I create a product, and this is something that I've realized after my failed products and after my failures and scratching my brain for weeks and thinking, why is my product not selling? It's exactly the same as someone who's really successful with this product. Then what is the problem that I have? And I couldn't figure out the reasons until I realized that I need to be able to create products that are based on my strength. I need to be able to deal with issues that are my weaknesses. I cannot just pick a product and sell. I cannot just, because someone is successful with that, I cannot just do it. If someone's a successful scientist, I'm not destined to become a scientist. I can be an artist if I want to, if that is my strength, if I learn it enough, right? If I make it my strength, if not, I already have it. So a whole SWOT analysis, I did this whole campaign on Instagram where I shared the entire thing of how to do a SWOT analysis. And then I have resources. I'll show you, I have a lot of resources as well. When you actually do this SWOT analysis, I have a whole worksheet for you. I've created it. You can see it, 45-day challenge resources, because this is an analysis that I do. It's an entire worksheet. You get to download it. If you're a part of my waitlist, by the way, you get this entire worksheet. You get all of the days, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5, everything in your email every single time I do something. If I have a resource to share, if I have to share something with you, I'm going to do that through emails. The link is in the description for you to sign up to that waitlist so that you can get all of these resources in your inbox and follow through the whole challenge. So this is like the 45-day challenge SWOT analysis. Once you do this analysis, if you see here, you'll see that what skills and knowledge I have, expertise I have, what people often ask you for help with, because you might be a good dancer, it could be just your hobby, but do people really take expert advice from you when it comes to dancing? Do you really have enough tips and tricks to share when it comes to dancing? Then it is not as much as a profitable strength that we are looking for, right? So we need to answer all of these questions to figure out exactly what our strengths are. Once we've done that, and I did that for myself in the analysis, okay, in the video. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll find these reel covers that say 45-day challenge. You're going to find everything there. So a SWOT analysis. After that, we've done the product research. we need to be able to understand that research is very, very important to validate that idea, to see that if there's a demand in the market. And you might think that, oh my goodness, research, that's a lot for me. Initially, when I started, it was a lot for me as well. But I found these simple tricks, simple tips to research. I'll give you one simple example. Let's say you have found your strength and you want to see if you want to create a product around it. As soon as you finalize your strength, I'm sure you will have some vague idea in your mind. Just out of curiosity, go to YouTube, type in that vague idea that you have and see the videos. If you have at least 5 videos with 1 million views, let's say, from the last year to the most recent week, your idea is still hot. People still want to learn this skill and you can create a digital product out of it. I'm not kidding. That's how easy product research can be. A lot of gurus make it very complicated when it comes to that, which I don't want to do, but that's what happens, right? Then we have this whole idea thing, the product research is done, we're good to go, and then we find a topic. I launched this really cool campaign on my Instagram, a video on my, I keep calling it campaign because that is something that I was working on before creating this video, but I launched this really cool video on Instagram where I did a whole SWOT analysis, and one of my strengths was I can create a product in less than 48 hours. There were multiple other strengths, but I thought that this 45-day challenge is for beginners. That itself is a topic for beginners. Why not do that? It really caught on to me, and I'm like, that's interesting. So that's what I did. And then I launched a poll in my reel and I said, do you like it? Even in my emails, I said, these are the 4 topic ideas around this one strength that I have. I'm going to, create a product around my strength. That's definitely there. So which topic idea do you like? And people selected one topic idea, and that was the idea of that was the topic of my digital product. Now, just because someone's created a topic for you, it's been an engaging exercise, I have created a topic for myself through this exercise, doesn't mean that it bulletproofs sales, doesn't mean that it's actually a profitable topic and it makes sure that it sells. For that, I have ChatGPT resources for you. I'm sharing all of this for free, by the way, in my email list, so make sure you sign up to the waitlist. And see here, I have a whole prompt that shares digital product prompt to bulletproof your topic. It's an entire prompt. You literally paste this entire prompt here in ChatGPT and it's going to give you exactly what to do. So like I always say, you have to have 5 things in your digital products. Solve a hyper-specific problem, something people struggle with daily. Offer unmatched convenience, speed, or transformation. A unique approach or a faster result. Include how to or infer how to. Have a clear step-by-step guidance. Incorporate a personal testimony or relatable success story. So basically a testimony that as to why this works for you, and promise a clear, tangible outcome. If you have these 5 things, I can almost guarantee you will make sales from your digital products. Okay, this is a whole worksheet. This is a whole prompt guide that I have for people. If you sign up to my waitlist, you will get it. Or if you go to my Instagram, you can even get it in your DMs. You just need to comment a keyword on my 45-day challenge reels and you'll get all of this in your inbox. Coming back. Once we are done with that, I made a weekly plan. So what is the behind the scenes stuff? I did an announcement, I did the SWOT analysis, now we have the topic in mind and we have done the ChatGPT validation. This is what we have done in week 1. I'm only making week-wise plans so that I don't overwhelm myself, and if you're a beginner, I highly recommend that. Even if my course, if you decide to buy it when it launches, it teaches you how to do it in less than 48 hours, but please remember that done is better than perfect. If you feel like I need 3 days, go take it and make small milestones you can achieve and take it from there. That is what I personally like doing. That is what I will recommend. That was week 1 for me, where I made the announcement, I did the SWOT analysis, we figured out a topic, which is how to create a digital product in less than 48 hours. And you don't need any experience for it, right? Now, one of the parts of this entire process is that I create content for this process, right? That is the challenge. So I not only create an entire product, which this sheet helps me do, it makes me do every single thing. I've actually created a whole calendar also for me to know exactly what am I announcing, what content I'm creating, because I'm recording this video as an update of this 45-day challenge because that's very important. I need to be able to create that content. So I'm not only creating product through this challenge, which is working. I have to post that content so that people can give me ideas, people can validate my ideas, people can know where I am in my journey. And that's how it begins. One of the very interesting things I'll tell you, when I started this, I felt I had a lot of imposter syndrome. I felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't even do this. But then I shared my weakness. I said, one of my weaknesses, my email list is dead. And as a creator who has a big account, who's made tons of sales of digital product, to be able to come on camera and admit that I probably have a dead email list, I said, I need to work on that. And so many people DM'd me and so many people commented that they have the same issues. I would like to learn how you're doing that, what are the changes you're making. And one of the changes I made, I said, look, I don't have fancy lead magnets for you. All I have is actionable steps on what I'm doing right now so that you can follow along, and maybe without even buying a product, you will have a product ready for yourself, because I'm going to make this 45-day challenge as exhaustive, as explanatory as possible. And wow, that was so amazing. So this was week 1 for me, where we did all of that. These are all the resources that I have for you. In my 45-day challenge, I have all the ChatGPT resources. Oh, and by the way, I actually created 100 plus B-rolls in less than an hour. And I was able to do that with the help of a ChatGPT prompt, which again is a whole video on my Instagram on how I do it. And yeah, this is the prompt that helped me create 500 B-rolls ideas, right? I can change this number. Right now it is 100. I can change this number to 100, 500, 300. Basically, I created 100, so I used the prompt. I shared the prompt that I can actually create a list of 100 plus B-roll ideas. But yeah, it has been exceptional, and I can't wait to share the week 2 journey with you. But so far, we have our topic ready. We have bulletproof it. We have researched our ideas, and now it's time to actually create the product. I'm a digital product coach, I'm a digital product marketer, and I'm a digital product seller. So obviously, I keep creating products, be about my audience. Having launched a ton of products before, some have failed, some have gone viral like anything, I had that in my mind as to, why am I doing this? Is it really that necessary? Should I really be even focusing on making more products instead of just improvising the existing ones and, trying to get more sales? Because once you have created that product, it gets so much easier, right? Because you have the product ready, it's a digital product, you can rinse and repeat, the process becomes easier. But this time I had something very, very different in mind, something that no one's ever done. So I didn't have testimony if this would ever work for me. And that was sharing the entire process with you guys. Sharing the entire process of everything that I do, from from the research on the internet, from picking my topic, from exactly the analysis that I do every time I launch a product, every time I create the product, and I wanted to do it in front of the camera. No testimony of even if this will work, and that's scary. Why can't I just have a proven method and keep growing like that, which I'm already doing? And that's when I thought, how are proven methods created? Somebody experiments them. And I also thought that if I keep myself from creating resources that beginners truly want, and the kind of visibility into those resources so that they can learn from my experiences even without buying my products, why shouldn't I do that? Why should I care about the testimony? I mean, I will research the idea, I will do the market analysis, I will do all the research that I need to make this profitable and make this sales worthy. But my audience deserves to know exactly what I do every time I launch a product, because all of the doubts that it cannot be that easy, it cannot be that, so simple for people. I will tell you, my product will literally change your mind. I wanted to create a product that was simple. I wanted to share the entire process with the people, but I feared if it was the right path. And because it's just been week 1 and the sales obviously haven't come in because I've not created the entire product, I'm still thinking in the back of my brain. So every single day I have to wake up with the motivation that I'm doing something for someone who doesn't even have the idea of what to do, where to begin with, what product to create. And I hope they get some help through my journey, if not my product. And that's where it all started. I said, let's go. I created the first post, I announced it, and I kept it very forward. I didn't have a unique hook or a different hook or something that, that's so interesting and people want to watch. I just said, I'm launching a new product. That was my first video around the 45-day challenge. I said, I'm launching a new product, but this time, instead of shoving another product down your throat, I will simply create the product in front of you, and you will give me ideas, you will give me the feedback, you will tell me exactly what product to create. And to my surprise, it went so well. I got so many DMs. I got so many comments saying that it's so exciting. I'm already in. I want to be a part of your waitlist. I want to join the movement, the challenge. Oh my God. And so hundreds of people joined my waitlist on day one. And now the whole thing started. Like I said, I had no idea in mind. So, so I said, okay, I know this process. I've done it before. I'm just trying to teach someone on how to do this. Let's do this. Number one thing that I always do is my strength analysis. And this is something that I've figured out through my failures. Nobody on the internet tells you that it's simple. Figure out your strength, play it for profits. Figure out your strength, play it for profits. In my very first job, my manager came to me and gave me a SWOT analysis sheet and said that write your strengths, write your weaknesses. And I did that. Before that, I used to fear data. So I didn't know if that would work really well. But in my SWOT analysis, my strengths really implied that I like analysis. And I was placed in a data team and I flourished. I was doing better than so many experienced people. I cleared certifications that people usually take 2 to 3 years to clear. In my first year itself, I got 100% hike in the next year itself. It was amazing. And that is the thing that when my products started failing, some of my products did, and products can fail. That's not a big deal. The big deal is to get back up and go running and learn from that experience. This is the biggest thing that I learned from that experience, which was that play to your strengths. So that's what I always do. I do a little SWOT analysis. Write down my strengths, write down my weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I don't think you have any threats. I think no matter who you are, no matter how many other people are like you, your competitors, everybody has a place in this room, which is making money through the internet. You just need to gather the right trust and you need to be truthful. Did a very interesting SWOT analysis, and one of the strengths that I figured out was that I can create a product in 48 hours. And I totally loved it. I shared it with my audience. I said, these are the 4 strengths that I have, and I like this idea because this challenge is for beginners. I'm creating a product for beginners. So this is very beginner friendly that you can literally create a product. And if you would really follow my framework that I'm going to teach in the course itself, you will find that you can create a product in less than 2 days. So if you keep a weekend aside, and I think that's a very fair product to launch because there are lots of courses on creating products, to be honest, but who has the time, months and weeks to go through courses? By the time your momentum dies, your motivation dies. So if I can give you actionable strategies, tips and tricks to create an entire product from scratch in 48 hours, how cool is that? So I launched a poll and said, do you like that idea? What do you think? Would you want to buy this? And amazing response on that. I also simultaneously in my weaknesses, I honestly shared my weakness. I said, I think that my email list is dead. And when an email list is dead for a business that works through email marketing, social media, it's a blocker. So I said, I will have to create an entire email list together. And through this challenge, I decided to do that. I created an email list and I said, look, I don't have fancy lead magnets and freebies for you. All I have is a detailed explanation of everything I'm doing in the process. So I'm sharing a sneak peek of the process on social media. I'm sharing the details with you, and all of my resources and more details on the exact steps will be in the email. So if you would like to sign up for that waitlist, if you would like to sign up for that launch discount, but more importantly, if you would like to sign up to get the detailed explanations of everything I'm doing, please sign up to the waitlist. And we have more than 1,000 leads so far. We have more than 1,000 signups in just week 1, which is so amazing. So yeah, validates my point that you just have to be human. You don't have to be a perfect person to start, your journey, to start creating a new product, to share it with people, because humans buy from humans. The next thing was very, very interesting. When I had figured out my strength. It was important to have a strength based product topic. And that's a giveaway that I can give you. It is very important to have a strength based product topic. But more important is the research that your strength is still valid. It is profitable, because having a strength and having a hobby are two different things. Strength is something that people come to you for, to take advice for. Hobby is something I like to cook, but nobody comes for advice to me. For nobody says, "You cook so well, can I get this recipe?" But for my strengths, if they have to, I am a single mom, I am a new mother, I want to start an online business. Can you help me do that? And yeah, I can help you do that. That's my strength. One of the very great ways to do that, once you've done this SWOT analysis, try going to YouTube and try searching the exact topic, the vague topic that you have in mind, right? The keywords, search that. And if you have videos from the last year to the past week, all right, your topic is still hot, it is so possibly profitable, and there your topic is, I'm sure the videos that you'll find will have a very similar topic title, and there's your digital product. Truly. But I have a whole resource, a whole document on how to do research and how I do it. I'll link everything in the description. And like I said, if you sign up to the waitlist, you will get all the details of all the parts of the processes that I do in detail, along with the resources right in your inbox, which I would love to have you in my waitlist, anyway, and we can celebrate the launch together. After I did my research, after I bulletproof my topic, it was time to make sure that that topic sells. Yes, of course I did my research. Of course I did everything, but the validation is something that's really, really important. It puts my faith back into stuff that what I'm doing is right. It's right by my viewers, it's right by me, but then eventually I'm a business. I need to have that profit. So I have to make my product bulletproof for profit. And for that, I always use a ChatGPT prompt. I have 5 things that every product needs to have. Okay, it needs to solve a hyper specific problem, a very hyper specific. So, how to dance is vague topic, but how to do salsa, how to learn salsa in 2 days as a 50-year-old, great topic, great hyper specificity, right? It has to offer unmatched convenience, speed, or transformation. Unmatched. It has to have some social proof or testimony that this works. So basically, the reason that this works. If you don't have that social proof of testimony right now, that's fine. You can build it through your journey on social media. You can share your journey and build it. That's how easy it is, right? It should have, or it should infer a how to. How to. Your title itself, if it says how to do something, it's going to get sold. How to information is so crucial. That's why YouTube is so profitable. And finally, it has to give a clear, tangible outcome. Look, your product is great, everything is great, but if you cannot promise a result to somebody, people buy into results, people buy into those transformations, people want to follow you along to the end of the tunnel. So you have to show the picture of the end of the tunnel. If you don't have that, please walk through the tunnel. But these are the 5 essential things for your digital product to be profitable. And if you do that, you're good to go. Perfect. This was week 1. So far, we have laid the foundation. We have built that groundwork, and now it's time to actually build the product and start the next part of the process, the next phase where we outline the product and create the product. There's so much going on. I'm so excited. But this entire challenge is not just for me. It's for you as well. It's my mission that through this challenge, I'm able to help you create your own perfect product to launch that makes sales right away. So if you have anything in your mind you need more clarity on, just drop it in the comments and I'll answer it to the best capacity I can. I'll see you in week 2.